finish with a story. A story of two brothers, identical twin boys, okay? Beautiful boys, born to a wonderful family. Great family, actually. But they're identical twins. And so as they raise up, their personalities rise up and their choices. They face their body, they might look the same because they're identical, but their choices define who they are. And so the bad brother rises up, and in high school he starts to skip school. He kind of starts smoking and drinking a little bit and getting in with the bad crowd and probably sleeping around a little bit. And so the bad brother's rising up doing his choices, and the good brother over here, he getting good grades in school, obeying mom and dad, working a little bit in the summertime, just a generally good guy. He's like one of those teenagers, like, man, he's a good teenager. We got a lot of good teenagers here in our congregation. But then they go off, they get out of high school, the bad brother and the good brother keep growing up. The bad brother, they both go to college because that's the thing they should do, right? But the bad brother engages in partying and makes it about 1.5 semesters until he drops out, where the good brother continues to endure and gets his degree and graduates. And so a couple years later, both boys are still making their decisions, good choices and bad choices. And one day, the bad brother's in a bar, drinking, it's a Friday night. He's with his girlfriend, they've had a couple drinks, and then all of a sudden this guy comes up and starts hitting on his girl right in front of him. Unacceptable. So the bad brother steps up and says, hey man, back off, she's mine. And the guy says, I don't care, man, I like her, I want to talk to her. And the bad brother's not going to have any of that, right? He's like, no, we can't do this. But this other guy is a little bigger, this other guy's a little stronger. And so the bad brother's like, what do I do here? And so the bad brother pulls out a knife. It's like, hey dude, just get away, man, get away. Me and my girl are going to leave, you got to leave us alone, right? Well, there's a lot of drinking going on. People are getting riled up now. The bar is pretty packed. People can feel the tension. And so the bad brother's like, just get away, man, get away. But in the midst of this tension, in the midst of this fighting that's starting, somebody bumps the bad brother. And the bad brother stabs the guy in the bar. So the knife goes in, the blood goes on his hand, the blood goes on his shirt. Now he's covered in blood. He's like, I didn't mean to stab this guy, but I did. Now there's this consequence. He's got blood covered, and so he pulls the knife out and puts it in his pocket. He's like, I gotta go, and he just runs out of the bar in a panic. He runs out of the bar and is looking, where am I at? What's going on? What do I do? His choices have led him here. And he looks around and realizes, wait, my brother lives only a couple blocks away, the good brother. And so the bad brother runs over to the good brother's house, bang, bang, bang. The good brother comes down, who is it? And bad brother says, me, bro, it's me, I need your help, let me in. So the good brother, being the good guy that he is, opens the door and sees his brother there standing in blood. And the good brother doesn't ask questions. The good brothers always love the bad brother. Even when the bad brothers hurt him, even when the bad brothers stolen money, even when the bad brothers betrayed the family, the good brother never stopped loving the bad brother. And so the good brother says, come on in, bro, come on in. Lets the bad brother in, closes the door. They're freaking out a little, they're a little panicked. The good brother says, hey, bro, just go upstairs, take a shower, wash things off, we'll figure this out. And as the bad brother runs upstairs to take a shower, he hears the sirens. He hears the sirens of the police, and he's like, man, I hope they don't find me, but they're probably going to find him. There may be a trail of blood, maybe some way someone saw him. So the bad brother takes this shower and walks, gets out of the shower then, rinsed the blood off finally, and there's some clean clothes that his good brother had put there. They're the same size, they're identical, and so the bad brother puts on the good brother's clothes. And as he's getting his clothes on, he hears the door, bang, 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 open up, police. And he realizes his life's about to change drastically. So the bad brother walks downstairs, right? As he comes down the stairs, what does he see though? He sees the good brother standing there in his bloody clothes, holding his bloody knife as the police break the door down and arrest the good brother. And the good brother goes to jail, and the good brother goes to trial, and the good brother gets sentenced for the bad brother's crimes. Do you understand, folks? That's what Jesus has done for us. We are the bad brother. We are the bad people who have blood on our hands, have sin on our souls, and Jesus has come and put on our clothing. He's put on our wrath. He's put on our sin and went to the cross and died for it, so that now you can rise with clean clothes and a white robe and live with Jesus here and then live for eternity together. Because of what Jesus did, because the good brother never stops loving. Jesus never stops loving us. And that's the reality of how beautiful. It doesn't matter if you were a really bad sinner, a pretty black sheep of your family, or you committed one sin. You have blood on your hands that need to be washed away, and only Jesus can do that. Only Jesus can do that. And we put our faith in him, and he does it. And he does it for us because he loves us so, so much. That is the beautiful reality of the Christ sacrifice on the cross, is that when we go before the court, God sees Jesus. Revelation 5 says, they see the Lamb come before the throne, and it's a lamb covered in blood, a lamb that was slain for the sins of the world. Because of Jesus. It's all because of Jesus.